Hi, this is Becky Garcia, searching for wisdom within the madness. We got to start the show, so let's go. All right, Becky Garcia is on the show, and she's waiting for me right now. She's got to take a call, so I ain't got very much time, so let's get right to her. And here she comes. Admit. Hello, Becky.
Hi, Darren.
Oh, wow, look at you.
I know it's still pretty humid over here in Texas. I'm in Texas now.
Wow. You know, the one thing I noticed about you when I first saw you, I remember looking at you going, wow, what a great face you got.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
How are you? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm hot and sticky.
That's okay. Your face is still great. Know. It's still great. It's not melting.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I've just been running around. I actually was after this I got to talk to a buddy of mine about another podcast.
Nice.
And I was actually doing some podcast stuff right before you and I.
I'm in a podcast sandwich.
To get in a podcast. I know you are in a podcast sandwich.
Well, we're Zooming at least. That's different.
Yeah, you're all dressed up. Where are you going after this?
Well, this is the show.
Yeah,
so
dude.
I'm looking
That's slick.
for you. I put on purple for you.
I'm sorry, I'm wearing.
No, I was thinking of you, and I thought
I didn't know it was going to be a formal event.
It isn't. It's just me, the host. You come in, relax. That's the beauty of it.
Done.
Right? Boom!
Done.
Look at that. That can. It's so big. It's as big as your head.
I got little hands.
Gee willikers. Look at you.
Now, my dad brought these over. My dad loves Arizona teas, and I normally wouldn't drink these.
Right.
They're not bad, but I mean, this is a present from Dad, so.
Are they a little chemically? Are they not like a monster drink, but are they a little bit?
No.
They're a little bit chemically, aren't they? Food coloring?
I see the word no on there for preservatives and
that's good.
Artificial colors and artificial flavors.
Oh, good. All right. And how much sugars do you have in that big giant can?
Damn, dude. I need to get my glasses.
Uh-oh. Sorry. No, that's all right.
My visions have started going. I've always had okay vision.
Sucks,
and then, like,
dude.
in the last year, it's just, like, it's been deteriorating, like, every day it's worse. Every day it's worse. And I don't know what that is. Maybe 5G? I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you how it happened to me. So I was working at a place called Sen High School, and I was about, oh gosh darn it. No, actually it was before that, but I was basically 4 years into teaching high school and CPS, right? One day I go down to the office and I'm supposed to read this little piece of paper and then sign my name to it. All of a sudden it just was like, wait a minute, what? Wait a minute. Like, wait a minute, focus, come on. Because I had 20/20 vision. Like, when I was in the Army, I shot 40 out of 40. They were pop-up targets. And I was one of 2 people in a company of 300 that got 40 out of 40. Everybody else, like 39s, 38s, 37s, 36s. It was that 200. So I was... my vision and steady hand, but I could not. I was like, oh shit. I mean, I could read it, but shit was getting blurry, and it was a weird, I was in denial. I was like, this ain't happening. It's just today. It's just 5G. I'll get it.
It's just 5G.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
That's gotta be it.
You can call AT&T and downgrade, can't you? I just want to be on the 4G, so I don't. I get my vision back.
Fuck that, dude. Let's just dial up, dial up, and dial back.
What do you think's gonna happen to us once they get to 6G? What's gonna be the thing that's gonna fuck us up? So 5G's our eyes. What is 6G's? We're like impotent.
I don't know, but I mean that's my that's our children's worry. Not mine. I have kids, but.
Well, I would imagine
we got enough on our plate here and now.
One thing that I'm happy of that the religious, the real religious people aren't in charge of like Apple. You know what I mean? Like they have this technology, so then they're gonna get us some, like a smartphone type of thing. But the side effect will that nobody will have sex unless they're married. You know what I mean? It's just really specific. And like, I'm just impotent. And then some kind of app hits you in the ear, and then it's like, as soon as you're married, I do boner time. Yep. And she finally looks at you like, oh, I didn't even notice you until this marriage. Yeah, so I'm so glad they're not in control of that, because we'd be towing the line, I'm sure.
Well, then I'm only half looking forward to 5G or 6G then.
It's coming, girl. It's coming. Either 6G
3
or the
inches,
Civil
baby.
War. One of those is coming.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
If a Civil War
sad to
comes,
say.
let me tell you this. We ain't getting 6G. We're not getting 6G. We're going down to 2G. Yeah, that's right. You better be rich after the war. You get 3G.
But I'm thinking that everything is sad, but part of me is kind of like, let it all burn, let it all burn, and then we're all even playing field.
Yeah.
We drop down to 0, and we rebuild from there. So yeah, 2G is where it's gonna be at soon.
Going on what you just said right there, let it all burn. Have you ever, how we have a dark part of our mind and we go to a place that's just like, we shouldn't be thinking about this. I'm not talking about pedophile shit, and I'm not talking that dark. But I'm saying, it's just weird dark. Like, have you ever had the darkest thought? Like, you just were like, you know what? Screw all you people for doing what you're doing. I kind of hope Trump wins. I kind of hope it. Have you ever gone that fucking dark?
No, absolutely not. But
no? You've not gone that dark. Oh, I've been there.
I'm okay to go to war because he's upset about the results, and then white supremacists are angry. Like, I'm okay to go to war over that.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to go, baby boy.
Oh no!
Beat it.
I know. That's the normal. That's 99.9% of your brain is that. I'm talking about that one fucking 0.1% of pure fucking evil / troll / let it all fucking burn. This guy's gonna get it burning. We're burning right now, but there's yet a large forest fire to happen.
Oh shit, dude! I mean, my dark thought today was just, I don't even know if it's dark, but I have this nice little towel. This is my little hype man. Oh, this is Kurt Braunohler. Just this little towel here, and it smells so good. And I can't remember the last time I ever used it. That doesn't matter. But I smelled it. I was like, God, that's so pleasant. And I was like, I wonder, there's got to be someone in the ground that's buried who still smells good. Like,
what?
Because
yeah. Wait. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's a first. That's a first. You knocked it out of my ear. That's a first. No, I love it. So you're gonna. So how are you gonna? Now, what my mind immediately jumps to is like, well, somebody's got to smell good. So then, as a scientist or whatever, you're gonna have to dig people up and sniff them, or take some kind of straw and poke it into graves and take a big snifter out of it and see if they smell good.
Well, I'm just thinking about clothes because whenever I go on a trip, I like to pack light. I don't like to bring glass my spray bottles.
Right.
So I just spray my clothes, and I'm thinking there's got to be people who are like, Grandma always loved the smell of Red Door.
Right.
Or Elizabeth Art, she's got to have her beautiful.
Ooh.
And so maybe someone sprayed Grandma's clothes.
Yeah.
And she's buried in those clothes that still smell like perfume. Like, I have a strawberry shortcake doll that my grandma left behind whenever she died, and that thing was still smelling 20 years later.
No way.
I mean, it wasn't buried.
Right.
But,
sure.
Was.
Well, I'll go you one better.
Sense.
You got whatever your sniffer tests do. You have to sniff it, but you go right to somebody like Marie Antoinette, because in those days they bathed basically in
powder.
perfume. They were in perfume, so they're like pickled. Their skin's pickled with perfume because they wouldn't wash but once every rainfall. I don't know. But she might see, and here's the flip side to it. She didn't wash. So if you stick the straw too far down and you get through the lofty perfume smell that's been lasting for the last 300 years, and you get down to the DK body odor, oh man, that would be terrible.
Stinkaroo.
Yeah, you gotta.
That's toxic. You
gotta measure that stuff with X-rays and make sure you don't go into that deep. You don't want to sniff that. Oh man, that's awesome! Right, they gotta smell good. So what do you think the percentage is? You think of all the graves in America, you think like 50% smell good?
No way. I would say maybe 3% smell
really?
good.
Do you think when they embalm and they get older and older, does that stink? Or is it all chemical smelling?
Yes.
So
All
it's
that
like
chemical
sniffing a
stink,
Red Bull.
Yeah. Like I remember
shit.
in biology class, like dissecting pigs, and the smell of formaldehyde, oof, it's bad. And it just that already, like, forever now, it's like that's the smell of death to me.
Oh shit. What can you describe it? I've never smelled it.
It's kind of like vinegary.
Ooh.
I don't know, like I feel like if you like maybe dipped erasers in vinegar and then laid them out to dry, like in the sun.
Okay.
That's probably what human.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably yeah.
Oof. What a job. I don't want to be a sniffer.
Have you ever been to a morgue? Have you ever been to a funeral home? There is a death smell. There is a dead body smell.
I just do, yeah. Like if I've been, it's a quick walkthrough.
Yeah.
I've never been to an area where you had to put the stuff under your nose. Have you ever done that?
Silence of the Lambs style? No.
That's a true thing, though. It's so decayed that they do that so that they can maintain focus. Because it's so repugnant, the smell to your brain.
But that's only for like people that are behind the scenes. Like that's like investigating. That's not like funeral home stuff, right?
I wonder. I don't know. I really don't know.
I can't
What,
imagine.
they go in with masks like N95s and whatnot? I don't know. Man, it's a new world.
These days you're lucky if you even get to go to someone's funeral.
How weird is it that there's a death out there that's happening that makes people not see them at the end of their life, like their family and their loved ones? Wouldn't you say that would be
funerals?
Wouldn't that be like, if you were making that, like if you were God and the devil would have cooked that one up like a motherfucker and like ha 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 ha.
No final embrace.
No final embrace. And I'm gonna get your parents and your grandparents mostly.
Dude.
I'm getting your grandparents, your great-great-grandparents, your great-great-great-grandparents, and if you have a great-great-great-great-great-great, we're getting it first. You know, that's what this thing's doing, and nobody can. You can't, because if you touch and in the air and the thing and the what and the who, and you can't trust the CDC. And oh no, and that guy did that, and oh no, he did this, and he's not gonna quit. No, it's not good. So many guns are being bought right now, like crazy. People are buying. It's like, man, if it was a casino, it would be so much dinging. Like, is everybody winning in here? It's like, are we all winning? Like, ding, ding, ding. So many guns would be bought. Ding, I got a gun. Ding, I got a gun. Ding.
Yeah.
Like
well,
right
also
now.
People who didn't think they needed a gun or didn't want a gun, those people have guns now.
Right.
They felt strong-armed into it. Like, well, everybody's asking the question, do I need to buy a gun?
I had a thought about having a gun yesterday.
Dude, just take karate.
It was a fleeting thought. You know, I have an imagination. I was like, what? So I was thinking about all their guns that they're making. But then I thought, well, what would I do with that? You know what the problem with having a gun is? Honestly?
These are the only two guns you need.
As a person who has been in the Army and everything, but never really... I haven't owned a firearm, like, at all. Ever. I mean, like, you know, since the Army, 3 years, okay, yeah, I trained on it, and I knew how to shoot really well. I'd murder anybody at 200 yards away. Oh, you dare you to stand up. And I was that good, but I never bought a firearm. And right now I live in a fairly... a nice, aggressive neighborhood in Chicago. You
You know
know?
why you don't want to buy a gun? Because it reminds you of work.
No, you know what I'm afraid of?
It reminds you of your old job.
I'm
Like if
afraid of
I
hurting
don't buy a fax machine
somebody.
because it makes me think of working out in an office. So maybe that's why you
I
don't have a
don't want
gun.
to ever be responsible for killing somebody.
Me neither. That's the thing too. It's like you're inviting this.
And if you have a gun, the likely ability that somebody might use it to kill themselves in your family goes up like crazy percent points. Bayoosh! Because
Yeah.
it's such an easy move. It's so all you do that's all you can do it. You can do it.
Final answer.
That and it's so quick and it's so right there and it's so painless and that's happening like crazy right now. Why people are buying guns? People are committing suicide. Bing bong 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 bong. It's like a whole other different thing. I mean, not as much as people are buying guns, but I'm just saying. There's a lot of suicide going on out there. There's a lot of drug use. People are just going. Alcohol stores, bing, 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 bing. They're selling out.
Would you ever kill yourself, Darren?
You know what? I'm here.
Oh, I thought you were gonna leave the podcast.
No, no.
Okay. What's your stance on
because
suicide?
I don't like pain, or the even thought that there could be pain. Do you know what I mean? Like, in other words, yeah, because the great thing about living on Earth is if you really think about it, and I don't believe in God or anything, but this is your moment, and you are kind of a god. You're the god of yourself, the god of your moves, and then you have other gods in your head with voices telling you to vote for Trump and fuck everybody. You know what I mean? That those kind of things. But you won't do it, but you do have that shit in your head saying shit all the time. And whew. I'm sorry. My mind's getting blown, girl. You're blowing my mind. I'm looking at you. You are, wow. You're like a picture. You're like just, I remember meeting you and what was your first thought of me? Like, where did I come into consciousness for you? Do you remember your first time noticing?
I don't remember the first time. I don't remember my first time with anything.
No,
Sorry,
I know.
first boyfriend.
No, that's a hard memory to forget. No, congratulations.
I don't know about first. I guess that I don't remember the first time I met you, but my like first impression or like the time you like made the most impact. And you know what I'm gonna say.
Mm-mm.
You know what
I'm blank-minded right now.
The camping trips, the canoe trips that we'd go on.
Right.
You want to tell people about these canoe
on?
trips, these camping trips?
Yeah, I will. Here's what we'll do. Let me just get, how many did you go on?
I think I only went on 2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the people that are there, so I'm there both times because I'm running, yeah. It all started at an idea. I was working at Navy Pier at a place called the fucking Ale House or whatever. And we were all, it was late summer. I was like, what the hell are we going to do? So I like, let's go to the water park. But my dumb late ass self, by the time I called the water park with everybody's wanting to go at work, you know, everybody's at work. The lunch guys, the dinner guys, we're all going to go. So there's like, work's going to be shut down that day because they're not even, I was so late in the year, they closed the water park. So then I was like, shit, I told everybody we were going to a water park. So then and this is in the late 90s, right? And I was like, okay, then what's the next best thing? And then I found out there was a canoe. You could rent canoes and go down the Fox River in just across the border in Wisconsin, the Fox River. I didn't know it was long. So anyways, I was like, we're going to canoe trip instead. It's closed. You know, I was honest with them. So everybody's like, cool. And so then the very first canoe trip was just a bunch of people who worked at Charlie's Ale House on Navy Pier. And there was about 8 of us, 8 or 10, right in that number. And the first time, and I'll tell you, we flipped the canoe 20 times, just because the first 5 times we were just all off balance, and the rest of the time we were just trying to tip over each other's canoes. So it was a fucking canoe turnover fest. I was like, stop turning over the canoes until we eat lunch. And then they were like, okay, we ate lunch. And then it was canoe tripping time for another 3 miles down this terrible muddy river with no banks. Had a cliff. We had to climb roots of a tree and go into Hobbiton just to eat up there as we looked down upon the valley at our boats. And then after that it was flipping. And then I did it a year after that, same crew, but a little bit more. And then the year after that, and the next thing you know, it turned into most of the stand-ups that we know. It just became all stand-ups, yeah. Before Becky gets into any more of the canoe trip talk, and I tell my anecdote, let me show you what the canoe trip was like. This next video is going to be from the 8th canoe trip. Becky was on like the 5th one. So this is 3 years later. The people involved, you'll see Steve O'Harvey. He's holding court up front. I'm filming. We have Mark Geary's there. CJ Sullivan's there. Aaron Sullivan, his wife, is there. We have Ann Markey's there. Her husband, Brian Markey's there. And Justin Foster's there. And then way out smoking, I do not know that guy's name. He was there. It was just a one shot. Steve brought him there from work. Nobody knew him, but we got to know him on the canoe trip.
Listen, if you're watching this video, we've all died in there. It's terrible.
I am so sad right now.
If anybody sees this, it was Darren's fault.
And that's good. All right, well, this is the campsite. Well, hello.
My first year.
First year here.
Like if we're gonna have to start eating each other.
Like, what do you think? Like,
if the gazebo goes down, I don't know how much further we can go.
Look, welcome
I can't see us making it through the winter without a gazebo.
This is Vortex
That's
Island,
the smoking area out there.
Yeah, that's the smoking recreation area.
That's where we like to keep everybody.
So
here's the boats.
After tent time and kitchen time, everybody becomes on the recreation.
We lined up the boats right here. It's a nice setup. And this is Vortex Island. So we got scene up there. This is what we got going on, and then this comes up to the camp.
And then there's a second part, and I'll show you what the nighttime looks like. And this would be Steve holding court, telling a very bloody tale while we're all pretty wasted. So forgive any, the horror of it all that we're laughing at. I can't even remember the context of where the story came up. But this is what the nighttime looks like. So the anecdote that I will tell after that, you'll be able to get a sense of the dark of the night and me being all alone. So here we go.
We get within about maybe 5-10 feet from the dog, and he picks up his head, and it just smacks right into like my center differential under my Jeep, and pop, just like covered the guy just in blood and dog guts.
No, behind you?
Oh, the guy behind you? Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'll show him.
Well,
Oh my God.
yeah, exactly.
You're gonna use this story.
Windshield wiper for you, son.
He lost his zeal for following us after.
He lost his zeal.
Was it
Just some
Ricky's
blood to the
dog?
face, that's it?
Oh, that would have been something, wouldn't it?
You should change it.
There you go. Change that story.
Dog is dead.
And every year in this night,
Change it
the
from
spirit of that dog reappears.
change it from true to fiction.
And the dog just like,
Sick.
Yeah. With Mike Wiley.
Oh, you went
we
with
lost
Mike
all.
Wiley.
Well, Mike Wiley, Josh Cheney, Steve O'Harvey, you, Adam Crocious, Mark Geary.
Wow.
Maybe Ricky Carmona. I'm not sure.
That would be cool.
Yeah, but it was about 8 of us too.
Yeah.
And the canoe next to us that Mike Wiley was in got tipped over.
That's
and
right.
All of the food was gone.
Yes. I remember that.
Nothing. Well, the only thing that survived
Who was the other boatmate? You remember?
corn on the cob. Who? Oh, I don't remember who was on that one.
Oh, no.
But,
You're
all we
right.
had was corn on the cob and weed to eat.
Was that the one where the water was rushing pretty fast?
I guess so. I mean, enough
And
to tip the boat over.
Was it the one where me and Steve and all these people got caught on the other side of the bank? There was like a canoe like lodged into the trees. The water was rushing really fast, and it took like 6 of us to get it out of there. Do you remember? Was it that canoe trip?
I remember there being another, like a little island across the way, and the guys would say, like, nobody shits on our land. If you want to take a shit, you got to go across the river and shit on that island. I don't know. I'm a lady. I'm like, I'm just going to hold it for 24 hours. That's fine.
That's what I did.
But this is the highlight of the trip was you losing your mind, and
oh, you're on that one?
No, it wasn't you that lost your mind. But you
Someone
were,
stealing our canoes?
Yeah, was that you, or was that Adam
That was
Crocious
me.
that thought there was?
All right. Can I tell the story?
Yeah, tell the whole story.
All right. So
Because I wasn't sure if it was you or Adam.
Yeah, this is about that first. If that first canoe trip was in '99, this was in
This was like 2005.
5, right? So
Yeah.
I did we did 20 of them. So yeah, but yeah, that one specifically. All right, so I was teaching and I was feeling like I'm all underwater all the time. I didn't know I had ADHD back then, and I'm teaching like 120 plus students at history and all different classes, and some don't have books and they're late, and again, pay attention, and every kid can't remember, and it's, anyways. Shit was, it was just, I needed it, I needed to go out and just, because I've been teaching as a motherfucker for me. Wow. Anyways, so I remember that was going on that trip, so I just happened to commandeer some
Drugs?
It was 2 hits of ecstasy, right? And I was going to share one with like Steve-O or something. But anyways, we're gathered around the fire and everybody's having fun and everything. And then I took one of them, and then we're having fun, and then 3 hours passes by, and then everybody's now going to sleep. And it's like, but wait, guys, it's only 1 in the morning. Come on. Where the sun comes up in a couple hours to stay. But next thing you know, I'm in this big bonfire, and I'm all by myself. And then that voice in your head, that 1%, dude, you got to just take the other one. But the other voice going, well, you're really weird right now. No, take it. Just take it. You got it. You saved it anyway. You should have gave it to Steve. You knew you were going to take it. Get it in there. So then I take another hit of ecstasy. I'm all by myself. This was a pretty big one. I think there was 12 people on this one. There was fucking 3 big-ass tents. Steve snoring so loud that
Steve-O was so funny. Oh my God. We couldn't settle down because Steve-O was so funny.
Oh my God.
And I remember him saying too, we just kept laughing. He just wouldn't shut up. And then there would be like a lull, and then he'd say, come on guys, I like weep wop. Like he'd say, he had this silly little vernacular.
Yeah.
And we just started rolling all over again.
Yes.
And Steve-O had the best laugh in all of history.
Oh dude.
Just like a real
Steve-O.
trashy, throaty mouth. Throaty,
God, dude.
cough almost.
Mm-hmm.
But his laugh was so good.
His laugh was so good. It was so awesome to light his face up with something funny, or he doing something funny and you just reacting to it would really, he loved it.
Sorry, my dog's barking.
Oh,
Come here.
Yeah, he truly loved that. So just circling back around a little bit, we'll get back to Steve. I want to play that.
Hey.
Man,
Sorry,
right.
let me get my dog.
No, go for it.
Hey, come here.
What do you think?
All right. I think he's done. He got it out of his system.
All right, so
Please continue.
So I'm fucking now rolling too deep in hits of acid, and my mother mind goes, I need to take a real big hit of weed right now to calm the fuck down. Because the flames are turning into things that are talking to me. They're like, yeah, what are you doing? Why are you out here? Why are you a teacher? You're below water. You're terrible or horrible person. What are you doing? And I'm like tearing up, then I'm laughing, but I'm all alone, and I'm talking to myself. Well, anyways, After taking that big ass hit and the fire died down, I'm an hour into this motherfucking canoe trip. And all of a sudden, all across the fucking river. So now we're on this is 5 years later, I found the best river, and the best river is the one we were on. It's the freaking Wisconsin River. It was big, and it's islands and all kinds
So
of things.
secluded.
It was so secluded, and it was just fucking awesome.
Yeah, we felt like we were in like Lord of the Flies.
Right. It was an adventure.
Shoeless, dirty,
2 days.
sunburn, only corn to eat and drugs.
Day and night. So I'm now at that night. Everybody's gone to sleep, and I'm on ecstasy. And on ecstasy, you want to hug everybody. But if
I know,
everybody's
and I was the only
asleep-
girl on the trip too. I was like, I'm getting raped probably.
Oh, no way, dude. You were no. I'll just say this also, you were well, to me you were very young because I'm like a plus decade older than you. Like I'm 55 right now. How old are thee right now?
42.
Right? So we knew we're talking 20 years ago almost. And so you were, yeah, I was happy that you were. Let me ask you this question, if you can answer. Did anybody hit on you on that trip or anything? Was there an uncomfortable sexual moment at all?
No. No.
There
No, it's
wasn't,
fine.
was it? Because
No.
because you were all right, so I'm just saying as the leader of the group and I
Oh my God, my dog is going nuts.
No, I understand.
Hey, shh, 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 shh. What is your problem? There's no one here, and he never barks.
Oh.
Spooky.
Yep.
All right, you're staying with me. Oh shit, there actually is somebody here. That's weird.
Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh, don't you scare me now. Look at you. Now it's turned into a horror movie. Oh boy. And then I had to give it to the police. And then she ended right there. Yeah, she said somebody at the door. She didn't know a description. Now, I looking back, I should have asked her, what do they look like? What are they wearing? Take a picture, send it to me. Let me see over here. Don't unlock it yet. Ask him the password. Well, anyways, so Becky, all right, I'll say.
I'm here.
Oh, you're there?
Yes, can you see me?
No, I can see your picture.
What?
Your picture, you have a photo in place of your video. So it is, so if you could reactivate yourself, do I have to invite you again? No? There you are.
Is that better?
All right.
No.
Yes, I like
What?
it.
Can you see me?
Yes, I
can you
can.
hear me?
What if you put your phone to the side? What would that do? Oh, dude, you should have been doing that the whole time. How dare you? Are you in show
sorry.
business? What's wrong with you?
What?
Aren't you in
it's
show
just-
business? That's perfect.
Okay, there you go.
get more Becky. More Becky.
Sorry.
I love it.
Sorry.
No, dude, we need more Becky. Oh, no.
Oh, fuck.
We got less
Fucking
Becky.
damn it.
Uh-oh. I think I
No, zoom. There you go. Did I do it?
almost. Oh, yeah. Well, that's awesome. All right. Oh.
I keep.
Well, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can
Okay,
hear
so I'm
you.
going to just
Can-
tell on this story. So just going back a little bit, I had final say on who was going to go or who we'd invite. It was kind of not invite only, but it was out there, and there were certain people that, right? But I wanted everybody who could come that was a good person. And here's the thing. I always thought you are such a beautiful person, but you're also one of the crew. You're part of
one of the dudes.
gang. So therefore I saw you as a very pretty dude. I mean, basically, you're just one of the dudes. You're just I mean, I'm sorry to be like that, but everybody was. In other words, we're all the humans, and whatever we bring to it, because you were bringing the funny, and so therefore, it's it's your part of the. So, yeah, I would have fucking hated if somebody did some shit like that, and you're like, yeah, Darren, actually. I gotta confess, now that he's not around anymore, I'm gonna drop some names. I'm like, oh no, you were just talking so great about that guy a minute ago. Why you? No, what? Huh? No, stop. What? He was married at the time. No, I don't know. Thank you. Yeah.
Wait, Darren.
Yes.
What about the man in the white suit? You
Right.
remember the man in the white suit?
That was that night.
I think. Well, yeah,
So,
I think what happened was you got Adam Crocious on this whole thing, and you're like, so both of you guys were just out of your minds, and you stormed into our tents, and you're like, guys, there's a man in a white suit, and he's stealing our canoes.
I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah,
He had a
you're
white
like, we
suit.
gotta go now, and you're like, give me the knife, and everybody's like, Darren, go to bed, you're tripping.
Yeah.
You insisted there was a man in a white suit. He was stealing our canoes, and you needed the knife to defend us.
All right, so check it out. I'm out there high as fucking balls, and the fire is now turned into something different. It's a cartoon now in black and white, and I don't know. But anyways, way across it was like a half a mile. Remember how the water just went out about a half a mile, and where the bank was, there was this small blue light. That's a blue light, right? Is that white light? Is that a blue light? What is that? But that is something in there. There's a boat. Just cut his engines. He cut his engines. They're spying on me. I'm right by the fire. I need to lie down. I gotta lie down in the sand. Lie down in the sand. Oh shit! And then all of a sudden, the fucking blue light turned back the other way. It was coming back, and our canoes were like a quarter mile away. We parked way the fuck away from our canoe. I mean, look, our canoes were over there, and I'm paying rent on these bitches, and I know if we lose all those fucking canoes, I ain't got that much money. This guy's gonna fucking. So anyways, they're coming back, so they saw our canoes. They're gonna fucking steal our canoes. They're gonna steal our canoes. So I watch the fucking blue light, and it goes right over by the canoes. But you can't see because it's all fucking dark. The moon is all out. It's just black, but you can see the light, and then it stops, and it was gliding, and then stopped, and then it stopped. And as I'm looking at the canoes, I'm guiding in, and then I see a man in a white suit going through our canoes, and I know we got shit in there still. There's some cans and things and whatever. But the worst, he's gonna fucking steal them. Or this is the canoe fucking place, and the canoe place is stealing their own canoes, and they're gonna charge me $1,000. So I was flipping, and the dude, and then I started I'm low crawling like I'm in World War I, in the Western Front, and I'm low crawling. But I feel like when I'm telling the story, I feel like I low crawled like right up by him. But in actuality, I think I maybe went 3 times before I was like, man, that guy might have a gun. I bet he has a gun. And then
you thought he was armed.
And so I had the flashlight, and it had been off that whole time, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And then I lifted the flashlight up, and I went, hey, right over by our canoes. And then I saw the man in the white suit, or I think he fell down below the canoe, and it wasn't that power. I mean, it was a quarter mile away, so even it was a 9-volter. But anyways, then I was like, fuck. So then I hunched down just in case he had a sniper's gun with a night scope, and I kept it low, and I was kind of, shimmy shamming across to the tents, and I go in the tent like, hey, everybody, wake up. And so this is they had already been in bed like 2 hours at this point, 2.5 hours. I mean, it takes me a while, but it really kicked the fuck in 2 hours after everybody's asleep. Well, anyways, I'm like, everybody's waking up like, what? Like, nobody believes me. But there's a fucking guy in a white suit, and he's taking our canoes, and I need some help.
Well, Adam Crocious believed you.
So
he was on the same ride
So
with you.
here's what happened. here's what happened. Everybody was like, stop it. No, it isn't. That's not true. And I'm telling him like this. And then a blue light. And then he stopped. And he's got a gun. And I yelled at him. And he jumped down in the boat. And they're right out there. I need somebody. Somebody's got to come. We got to go get our boats. They're going to steal our canoes. And so everybody's like, what are you talking about? So I'm really trying to convince them in a very heightened... My eyes must have been dilated black, you know. I'm like, wow, whoa! I'm seeing everything. I'm like got cat's eyes. I see into the future, everybody, and our boats are stolen. So, anyways, the only person. So finally, Adam Crocius is all the time in bed. He stands up. I remember he gets in my face because he's almost as tall as him. I'm 6'6". Adam Crocius is rocking about a 6'4", 6'3". Anyways, he gets in my face. He just, shut the fuck up, Darren. Get the fuck to bed. What are you doing? Shut up. There's no man in a white suit. We're trying to get to you. You're high as fuck. And I'm like, no, he's out there. And so Mike Wiley was the only one that decided to accompany me. And Mike Wiley, you know, he's about 5'5". I wish that Adam Crocius and like Steve-O would have came out and we'd all be like, yeah, come on. And all the guy in the white suit would go, shit, there's 8 of them. And then we'd just beat the shit out of the guy and then take their boat and joyride.
But they saw all of our tents. It's like, you gotta assume there's a crew in there. There's a crew on that island. Who would mess with us?
Well, me and Wiley go out there with our flashlights, and we're ducking down, and then we bring them up, and then like, oh, and then we go out there. Nobody's there. And also, there was like a lot of moist sand there, and you would think the guy in the white suit would have left a footprint, maybe. So we're looking for footprints like a bitch, like a new. And I'm thinking, no, it's a ninja. Sometimes they wear white outfits, right? Ninjas wear white outfits, right?
River ninjas.
Yeah, river ninja. And so maybe he had a really light step, like only the top layer, you know? Like, dude, look really close for a footprint. No part with a boat, no divot in the thing with the boats. Nothing had moved. None of our canoes were scooched a little bit. But I was still fucking convinced he was out there, man. I'm telling you, we just got him and he was just offshore a little bit. And then he jumped back in there and they slid off really slow. Probably had an electric engine, but the first Tesla model. Yeah. I don't know. So, yeah, I guess I look back on it now and I talked with Adam Crocius about it. And yeah, there was nobody. I could have swore, though, it was a blue light. It was so small. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. I woke everybody up. I really thought some shit was going down. I'll be honest with you. In my mind, there was just bad things and we all needed to group up and show force. Right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, safety in numbers.
We're way out in the middle of nowhere. Not one of us has a gun. Never brought a gun on one of those trips. BB gun once.
For the best. You would have used it.
I mean... Once again, going back to the guns, it's you bring something like that. Going back even earlier, the reason I don't want to carry a gun is it's the barrel part. It always some point is going to go around. You're going to move it some way, and it's going to go by your arm, and so there's that chance that a bullet goes cha-tang and just takes your bicep off. That
when I see guys in movies like put it back behind their pants, like down their butt crack, I'm like, you're gonna blow your ass off.
Yeah, no, that's how the very first butt cracks came in. As soon as we didn't have butt cracks before guns were invented, and then boom, and so then nature evolved so that now it just right between the cheeks.
Yeah,
we just know that.
Perfect.
Yeah, we shot our own tails off. That's how we evolved. We shot our tails off, and there was a divot, and it turned into our butts. That's history. It's just science, biology, whatever it is, cell splitting. You know. Oh my God, dude! I'm so glad you were on that trip. That was such a good trip for all of us. Yeah, that was a really good moment in life, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
It was cool to see friends like not on stage and like at their most desperate and stinky and completely just uninhibited.
Do you know how much of a dude you are to me? I just thought of this now, and I don't.
And I whip my big
this
old
is my-
dick out.
No, this is my dark part of my mind. I have never thought of you sexually at all, ever. You're always Becky, and I see you as just this human being that is awesome to have around and is funny and laughs at your jokes too. So it's like part of the so you're this comedy essence to you.
Thanks, man.
And I don't see there's no sexuality in it, but you're just very, I'm a visual. I see that you're very beautiful, but there's just, it just doesn't occur because we met in the fight, so to speak, right? We were the open mics, we both
were in
had
the
the
shit
same
together,
audiences. Dude. I was 10 years more experienced, but that still, I had started since
I
like
started
89.
in 2004. Oh, I started
so I was
in
like
04.
15
Wait,
years in.
89?
Yeah.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
It's like you and Richard Pryor would hang out?
No, you know who almost hung out? A guy named Scott turned out to be Carrot Top is his name today. Down in Florida.
Have you had him on your podcast yet?
No. He probably wouldn't even remember me, but maybe he would. But it was very ships in the night. But still, I was the top open micer, and he was just starting to headline. He had 45 minutes worth of basically street signs to start out. So many street signs, dude. The whole city must have been missing them. Where's our boat sinking in water sign? We just put that up.
Was he always a prop guy?
He was always started out. He doesn't have the confidence to do stand up normal. He needs that thing, and that thing.
He's like, this is my crutch, and it was an actual crutch that he held up.
Right, but that thing becomes his comedy partner. So he can always, or it's like a dude with the dummy. He can always blame the dummy for what it says. And then, but in a way, if you're a prop comic, I think the thing that he got, the self-satisfaction, I'm just speculating what I would think it would be, was that if the joke wasn't good, I mean, it's almost like he created it, so he's like on the inside of it. People know he's repeated it many, many a times, but he acts it out. He feigns surprise. He laughs along with everybody, and he's just a funny cartoon to look at with just a comic book panel of something interesting / funny that he heightened with his outrageous Carrot Topness. But back then it was Scott, but now it's Carrot Top. But anyways,
Scott Top.
So he didn't have the confidence to go up there. I've heard him in interviews saying he just can't write a joke. He doesn't know how to write jokes. It's just not in his. I don't know. I don't understand what that is, but whatever. But he started. Yeah, beginning to finish was stuff. You want to know what his closer was?
Yes, please.
All right, his closer. So here's his closer. And he just started a whole bunch of signs. Just a lot of, and then walk funny, what? Doing all that stuff, sign after sign, and some other things, a doll here and there, a crutch, and maybe a plunger, with a beard on it. So what they do is like, right as he's, about 15, 20 minutes in, over the loudspeaker, they call Domino's Pizza, and they order, like he takes an order from the audience. What do you guys want? Da-da-da-da-da. Orders like 10 pizzas. Like 10 giant pizzas from Domino's. And Domino's, this is the days of Domino's being 30 minutes or less, So we're at this building. Here's the address. Doesn't say it's a comedy club. But anyways, then he does the rest of his act. Somebody's looking out the window. And it's on a 2-story place called Dr. Al's Comedy Clinic is what it was called. Used to be a governor's comedy club before that in Fort Myers, Florida. Well, anyways, had somebody like the waitress alert that the Domino's truck is pulling up with the pizzas 25 minutes in. And at that time, he is now fully dressed as a Domino's pizza delivery dude with all the red bags and everything, like the pizza bags and everything. And the dude comes, it's 28 minutes. He's running up the stairs, got to make the time. And just as he's doing that, he comes into the room. Carrot Top is passing him by with a mic, no less. Hey, man, it's, I already got there. Yeah, you're too late. Snooze, you lose. Already got you. Got there. And so yeah, then the audience just is, everybody's in on it, and then it's just a giant explosion of laughs as the guy leaves dejected while everybody's laughing at him and he's crying. And then, of course, Carrot Top goes down there and gets the pizzas for real, and then they all eat pizza.
Okay. He did
But
pay the pizza dude, right?
He does. He probably has PTSD a little bit.
He probably has pizza TSD.
Yeah. And this was before, he just had red hair and it was short, so that was Scott for you. But anyways, that was his closer, and it fucking killed.
Wow.
Murdered him like nobody's else's business. Simple, right? But murdered it. He just acted it out and played it up, and it was a real life, piece of art. It was like Steve Martin at the end of his show, or Andy Kaufman, but it was...
Right.
It was like
but
a joke.
I think it's also the crowd, like, hey, we're going to get free pizza. He can't keep his pizza to himself. Like,
oh, yeah, that's part of the
incentive
joy.
to clap and laugh.
Fuck yeah. So it's standing ovation time, dude. You built your standing ovation right there. Oh, my God. And, yeah, so that was his stuff. And I remember the guy who was at the club said, you should be more like Scott, try and do material like Scott. And I was like, I don't think there's any more signs in town I could use. I don't know what, he took all the material.
Yeah.
He's done all the signs. I can't, I'd be a Carrot Top ripoff if I started. But he sincerely said
advice.
that. Dr. Al said that, by the way. The guy who owned the comedy club. You ever notice how some comedy club owners just don't seem to get it? Or at least they can't tell a joke to save themselves.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was this guy.
What's the best, worst advice you ever got?
The best, worst advice?
Yeah, like the most, unsolicited,
Ooh.
and you hated it.
Ooh.
And you thought they were totally wrong for even suggesting.
Gee whiz. I can't think of a particular specific moment, but like an essence of a moment when somebody said something, and there was a criticism from somebody that I knew me better, but was totally misread or whatever, what I was trying to do or something. I can't think of a specific detail of that, but it's that basic essence that I went up and then I was criticized by somebody I knew or respected, or maybe a girlfriend, or I don't know, something like that. So that was like, it gets me. It's like a bunch of emotions at once. It's like embarrassed because down on myself because I didn't explain it properly, but also what is wrong with them? Am I stupid? Are they stupid? How could I be misread? Or whatever. I think that's the essence. I don't know what the hell the thing was though. What about you?
I have several. I remember, well, first of all, for my first year in stand-up, I love Brian Regan, and I said, you know what, I've always wanted to do stand-up, but I'm going to really challenge myself, and I'm going to try to just be clean for my whole first year of stand-up.
Oh, cool.
Because I thought, if I can do that and do it well, then, it'll be easier after that.
Yes.
Because I can just let loose and just say whatever the fuck I want. So I remember doing a show once, and I had just started, and when I got off stage, there was a gentleman who said, "You're really funny, you're really, really smart, but I think you're just a little bit too smart. So do you know who Sarah Silverman is?" She was just, getting real popular. I said, "Yeah, I know who she is." He goes, "Yeah, well, she's like you, she comes out, she seems so sweet and innocent and stuff." He's like, and then she just like hits him hard and talking about sucking dick and, getting drunk and,
right.
How much she loves sex. I think that'd be really funny if you just start going out there and telling stories like that and cussing.
So
because they won't be expecting it from you because you're so cute and sweet looking.
Is this a guy that just wanted some masturbation material the next time you go up? Like, you just do what I told you, and then you don't have to do it again?
Yeah. Well, he probably saw me the next time,
Yeah.
6 months later, like, she took my advice.
Becky on demand. I demand, Becky, nothing but lesbian jokes. Nothing but go.
I've also had, I've also been told that I wasn't brown enough. There a good amount of Latin shows or urban
what the
shows.
fuck, man? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
By what? All right. What's the essence of that criticism or criticism? What that observation? Whatever. That
Same thing. I was told that that I was smart
right.
and that I was funny, but I needed to dumb it down again and also do material that was more relatable. I'm like, so basically, you want me to do the same act that these people have heard on, like, you know, Mexican Mondays or refried bean Fridays, you know, whatever the hell.
Right.
You want to hear the same jokes again that the last like 5 comics just said, like, or do you want to elevate your audience and get them thinking outside the box and expose them to something different? It's like, I don't want to do the same thing that they've heard all night. So that was like,
Good.
it was hurtful. It
Good
was
for
hurtful, and it
you.
was, yeah, I was like, you know what, just don't book me here then, because I don't want to play like I'm an idiot, or I also don't want to do that to your crowd. I don't want to feed them a rerun.
That's another reason why you're on the canoe trip. I do remember that you are very smart, and I'm, as far as very intelligent people, that is very appealing. So you have this appeal. I just dig people who can just at least think critically, or see the world in a different way, in a logical, cool way that I can understand, like music. So you had a music to you. So I'll just go with that. And yeah, great tone too. You know, like how Eddie Van Halen has the tone of his guitar and it's unmistakable. Well, you definitely had a Becky tone that was very just unmistakable. But you had to be there. It was Becky live. Becky live is the best. You know, that's how I remember. Yeah, and you are smart, and I do.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, I like Me Better Live too. Anytime I was ever recorded, I'm like, oh, this is going to be terrible. Like, don't ever tell me you're going to record me. Like, all of my sets are just embarrassing.
All right, here's what you do. Little secret on that.
The best thing is just don't tell me you're coming to the show, basically.
Also, if you're talking about recording, take charge of that. Record yourself, but you have to go into it, and you got to train your mind to think, I love this challenge. I can't wait to do this. This is how my angles, my jokes, my timing, this is the set. I'm going to attack it. And like Jordan, if I miss, I will try it again, and I'll try it again, but I will swish that, and that will be the tape. And then you can back off if you want, or perfect it beyond there. But it is a good tool to really see yourself coming at yourself. If you watch your video afterwards too, like really study, just take a look at it and just get it. And then
that was always so tough. I just cringe all the time.
Me too. But it'll really give you, as a smart person talking to a smart person, it'll really give you another insight into something. And it will also challenge you, because you kind of cringe at yourself for whatever, maybe look like somebody you knew when you were a kid, they were an adult and you didn't like them or something. I don't know. I kind of look like my dad, and he never paid attention to me, so I got an issue with my face. I don't look at it much. I don't want to pay attention to it, because I don't want my dad getting that satisfaction. I'm looking at my face too much that he gave me. But other than that weirdness, I'm just saying, as a side thing, if you want to, because the time to challenge yourself is right the fuck now. Mm-hmm. There's no time like literally tomorrow when you wake up to challenge yourself another day, or make a goal to challenge yourself. Build some stuff, build it, learn it, build it, do it, find the secrets, and then once like a magician, you can do it in any way you want to.
I mean, I'm taking fish oil every day now. That's a big deal for me.
Keeping your body, your temple got to be fish oiled. Yes, yeah.
It's got fish oil, incorporating a little bit of probiotic for my lady parts, and vitamin D.
Keeps the yeast infections away. True.
I guess, because it's a way of balancing your pH.
Right.
So,
Right.
I also eat a lot of yogurt, and I know girls who put the yogurt in their vaginas, but I can't bring myself to do that.
Huh. I mean, is that like the best natural way? Is that right? Isn't there
That's
cow's
what-
milk in some of that?
That's what some hippie chicks tell me.
Which one would you get? Which one would be the best? One with goats, made of goat's milk? Would it be 1%, 5%, zero fat? What would be the best yogurt to put in your vagina? Would it be like
Greek,
one with fruit?
plain
okay.
Greek, I would think.
Okay, not a Noosa, not a
no
strawberry Noosa. You get the honey one, Chobani with a half honey, where you could just take the honey and pour it in the half of the Chobani. Just do it all in there. Yeah, don't put sweets down there. That ruins the pH big time. Sugar's no good. That eats that stuff.
Yeah.
Would it be Greek yogurt, or is there a specific no cows
Some
were
pussy
harmed in the
yogurt?
making of this? Yeah, what would be? Yeah, is there a thing where people are talking like, yeah, this is I didn't think you'll play, but it's really great.
Group. Yeah. There's chat groups I could join and ask and get you a direct answer, but
Do you think it's so widespread that maybe throughout, like, some conservatives might be doing that with yogurt, but they are doing it with like honey and all this strawberry, yeah, gosh. And then people who are like the liberals are more like Greek pure yogurt that is organic. You know what I mean? Something from
I don't think
Switzerland.
conservatives care about their vaginas as much.
That's true. I didn't know how widespread this was, and I'm just thinking there might be battle lines between which yogurts to put in your vagina, and then there'd be a big civil war of the yogurt vaginas. Yeah. The war of the yogurt vaginas? Dude, that would be the greatest, and Trump's in it. Everybody's going to see that movie. War of the yogurt vaginas, starring Donald Trump as the president. Oh my God, what's he going to do? He's not got enough hands to grab.
He's gonna grab them.
Oh my God, I can't. He's eating yogurt day and night. I love strawberry.
Grab them by the yogurt.
The fruit yogurt versus the plain yogurts. Conservative versus people who say "fuck you, conservatives." That's all it is. They're not even Republicans. That word means nothing. All they are right now is just fuck all your thoughts. Fuck all your thoughts. The way you think, the way your whole chemistry is, your weakness. Fuck all your weakness. You can't pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You don't know to hang out with people light skinned like yourself. I'm confused and weirded out by what your complexion is. I don't know what to do. Your last name's Garcia. But look at how beautiful you are. Those kind of types that, oh my God, dude. It's... Isn't it weird?
All of it is weird. It's insane.
Isn't it like science fiction?
Yeah.
Like a book. If this was a book and it was like a science fiction book and it was like, like that guy doing Game of Thrones books and it was just this continuous book. Here's my theory real quick on this. I
don't like these chapters.
I believe the Trump library is going to be nothing. It's just going to be it's going to be big as fuck. And there's going to be thousands upon thousands of thick-ass books in there with pictures and all kinds of stuff. Just chronicling the minutes from minute one of him announcing to the end, when he's going to jail or whatever the fuck the end is. It's just going to be the minute-to-minute chronicles, volumes and volumes and volumes. You could just go to a day. Look at second 203 here on book 20.
Well, that's basically Twitter for him. Oh, like, we know his minute-to-minute.
There's going to be a whole wall of just the Twitter tweet books. There's going to be the wall of lies, all the lies. And the wall of lies will actually... ironically be all the books in the library. You can't get away from it. But that, you know what I mean? It's going to be, there's so much going on all at once and there's nothing we can do about it. No matter what we think or tweet or send or Facebook or meme or whatever, there's really nothing. And just doing something mean on the internet, you know what it's doing? It's just contributing to the evil kitty because I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there are certain puppet masters that could give a fuck about the future world, could give a fuck. It's all about just, I need more. That's all it's about, more. Whatever it is, more. It's not enough. Everybody's racing. They've got more. I gotta get more than more. I'm lying how much more I have than everybody. Man. Oh, dude. I say Trump has, with all the debts and everything, I think he's like probably negative $27 billion. Like he's negative billionaire. I think that's going to be the big reveal. It's going to be like the Antichrist is revealed, and he's actually a negative billionaire. Like his tax form, because this is not a typo. No, that's a QAnon typo. This is not that. Come on. Everybody's, yeah, QAnon said it. So it's true because he's Q and he's in the army and nobody knows who he is. Look at him go. And all the while, it's really Russia doing it. They're stirring the pot like nobody's business. I think the practice last year, everybody's getting a different message somewhere, some way on some platform that you look at, whether Facebook or whatever. Somebody's getting some message kind of tailored toward them to get in their subconscious.
Oh,
I shouldn't vote.
absolutely.
That guy is Sleepy Joe. Hey, wait, this is da-da-da. That guy,
Well, that's why we all feel like we're like screaming into an echo chamber whenever we go on our platforms, because we've tailored it in such a way to it's like I only want to hear X, Y, and Z's opinion because it's similar to my opinion. The other people infuriate me. So if you're like me, I'm like, delete, get rid of them. But it's just they know everything. The robots know everything.
But I feel like we're playing into it so hard. Like
we
playing
made it so easy.
hard into it. But there's in the key words, those words, narratives and beliefs and ideology and propaganda is another word people should know. And that lack of sleep, and then this times of stress, your mind's kind of opened up for things. You know, like the Mormons, they would always go out 2 by 2, and they would go and they'd ride their bikes, and you would look at them and go, who the fuck is ever going to join you guys? But they'd go to every fucking house, and 20 people say, fuck you, get out of here, no, thank you, bye. But there's one person who broke up with his girlfriend, whose mom just died, who totally got in a car accident, and he can't quite straighten up like he used to. He lost a whole bunch of fucking money when he went to Trump University, and he really doesn't know anything. And then they come in at that moment, and he goes, phew. So in a way, that kind of that spirit of what Trump's and how he's captured people, he's somehow invaded that space that 21st person. We just go, yes, Mormons, I'll take your book. Really, you guys came right in time. I was just about to kill myself. Oh, my God. Yay. Right? That's why they go house to house to house to house to house to house. And right now it's happening on a huge scale because there's a lot of people with puzzle pieces missing in their brains. And this guy fits it, or at least they think he fits it. He's like Aqua. And it's like, fits the puzzle piece in my head. It's a little off, but it's back. And it's there. And all they ultimately... what it's been stirred up is like, we hate. We want to troll you guys. You guys have been making fun of us on the Daily Show for so many years, and your jokes are so awesome. And you got all the funniest people, all of them. All the late, nice, awesome people. You got all we got is Greg Gutfeld, and you guys got so many people that are funny all the time, every late night. It's a conspiracy. And so this is the guy. They think he's funny, for one. So he's doing comedy acts. He's the one guy who's doing the road and doing headlining places. And he's doing comedy to them, but also he's just ultimately trolling the fuck. Just so that when Hillary Clinton lost on that night, there were so many Republicans like banging their wives and whacking off and just blowing orgasms all over the place. And they want to feel that again for a second time. They want a second big rush of an orgasm. And
They want to have sex for the second time in 4
Biden's
years.
face. They just want to blow a load in Biden's face and say, fuck you. And Kamala too. And they just blow another load and then they walk away. That's what they want Trump to do. They could give a fuck because they've been driven and propagandized so fucking much that ultimately they just hate what they think is weakness. And they see liberals as a weak thing, as a compromise, weak. Saying you're sorry, weak. Just pull yourself up, weak. Social weak. Communist weak.
Masks, weak.
So many of you, but still you're weak. You can't get, we got all these justices looking weak. We're strong. The worst thing that could ever happen was RBG going right now.
Poor thing.
We're hitting the last chapter. But since this guy's a day-to-day, every single day is a new 5 to 6 books. Every day is 5 to 6 books worth of stuff. You're barely getting like 0.00000.12% of that. There's so much shit going on we don't even fucking know. But aside from that, that's why we do this. That's why with this moment and this time that we talked right here, even though we're talking weird shit, and I'm sorry, but I do love talking to you because you are smart and you're funny, and you just light my brains up. That's why I like being. You kind of maybe you're like kind of a muse type person too, because you were one of the youngest of us.
Smokes.
You were the youngest of us almost. Maybe not but pretty young, right?
I was on the younger end, I'd say. Yeah.
I was the old man, and Adam Crozier's old, and all the old dudes. Yeah, so, oh my God. So let's do this again sometime, can we? So what I'm trying to do is make this a kind of like, now that we've talked, we're kind of in the Searching for Wisdom Within the Madness family. So I might just every once in a while just text you, just check in on you, just say hi. If you ever need any help or things or thoughts or whatever, that's the community I want to kind of get. If you're just part of that kind of mental family, because this is the thing that we have right now. We have the now, and the now for the last. We're coming right up on time for the last now that we had together. Dude, even though I said all those things, I wasn't thinking about none of stuff that was bad. Everything was right. And it's those moments that we have to live for now. So catch more of these moments. Do your thing. You keep moving good and going. And I'm so happy for you.
Fish oil.
Probiotics. I like what
Vitamin
you're doing.
D.
Even though
Doing
you
it all.
really haven't explained any of it, I do like it. I like your vibe and everything. So I have very much positive thoughts for you. Okay? How's that for
All
time?
right, dude.
Am I right on time
Sounds
right now?
Sounds great. Sounds perfect. Yeah.
All right. Becky Garcia. All right. We will talk soon.
Holler again.
I'll put this up next week.
Heck yeah, dude. Take care.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Becky. All right, Becky Garcia. And there she is. And there she is. And there she was. And okay. All right. So, all right. That's the show. Wow. She lit me up, dude. Oh, man. Right. That's what I remember. She's like a muse. She was, anytime she was around. So I didn't hang around with her much, but you were funny when she was around. I don't know whether it was just because she's really pretty, and I think also she was just like to laugh, and you want to make somebody laugh, right? Isn't that the point of what comedians really ultimately do? They just want to make somebody laugh in their life that maybe didn't laugh, Maybe if your dad never laughed and you suddenly like, I'm going to do the one thing that he never does. Get people to laugh. Except my dad, of course, because he never laughs. So I guess I'm not the right material for my dad to laugh. Nah, I'm just kidding. My dad laughs at some of the stuff. I'm undeniable. My name's Darren Bodecker. That was Becky Garcia. Man, wasn't she awesome? She's a good person, man. Just nothing but good people. Now, maybe horrible talk. And it's scary. But with a good person, I think I'm a good person. Haven't you watched them back? Get a sense of me. Come on, what are you doing? This has been Searching for Wisdom Within the Madness. That felt good. I like that. My brain's like, oh, electricity. But I'm not going to think of her sexually. I'm going to think of her like we had an awesome talk. Like everybody else that had in the podcast. Even Shy. It was like, not even. My good friend's wife, I don't even think of her like that. Forget about that. That's why there's Pornhub. You don't even have to think. Stop thinking, trying to imagine stuff. There it is. Turn up the sound, please. 4K? Yes, ma'am. Right? That's the now. You don't have to be creepy and think about you keep them friends in your brain and you don't do that. Friends for life, dude. That's what I did with Becky. I'm so glad I didn't think of it, because then if I would have thought like that, then I'd see her right now and like, oh yeah, I remember that weird thought I had a long time ago. And, man, now I feel creepy talking to her, but I can't tell her this. You know what I'm saying? That 0.1% of your brain that's dark, and you're like, oh yeah, you shouldn't have gone there back then. Well, I never went there back then, and I felt great talking to her. And it was awesome. And I look forward to talking to her again. We kept it short, right? Whew. Man, I could have talked to her for like 10 hours. All right, well, thanks.